At an event, Taehyung directly asked everyone present to shift the spotlight away from himself and toward Jungkook by saying, "Today is Jungkook's birthday, so please stay focused on him." It was a short sentence, but it carried a weight that revealed much more than surface-level friendship. It was a declaration that showed how Taehyung prioritizes Jungkook, respects his special day, and acknowledges the importance of moments that belong solely to him. For fans who have observed both of them closely over the years, this gesture was not isolated. It was one piece in a larger puzzle of affection, loyalty, and brotherhood. To fully understand the depth of Taehyung's love for Jungkook, we must revisit not only this incident, but also the broader history that has shaped their connection. The simplicity of Taehyung's statement could easily be overlooked by someone unfamiliar with the dynamics of BTS. In the world of K-pop, idols often share stages with their members, and individual recognition can sometimes blur with group celebration. Yet Taehyung deliberately chose to step aside, making sure the day remained about Jungkook. In doing so, he reminded everyone that while BTS is a collective, each member deserves their moments of celebration without distraction. For Jungkook, who has always been known as the youngest in the group The Golden Maknae Birthdays, hold special meaning because they highlight his journey from a teenager debuting in 2013 to a global icon who now leads solo projects, brand deals, and international recognition. Taehyung understood this, and his choice of words was not casual. It was deliberate, heartfelt, and deeply respectful. That sentence at the event might have gone viral on its own, but to fans who have been paying attention over the years, it was not surprising. Taehyung has always shown care toward Jungkook in ways that may not be loud, but are incredibly significant. For example, during stressful performances or chaotic award shows, Taehyung has often been seen quietly adjusting Jungkook's microphone, fixing his outfit, or even standing protectively near him in crowded situations. These small acts are rarely spotlighted in headlines, yet they are the building blocks of trust and companionship. The public moment of asking fans to focus on Jungkook during his birthday is simply an extension of this pattern, a bigger gesture that reflects the same thoughtfulness Taehyung demonstrates daily. Public recognition among celebrities is not always straightforward. In fact, it can be tricky. For idols like Taehyung, whose every word is scrutinized, making a direct statement about another member comes with risks. Some might misinterpret the intention, while others could amplify it in ways beyond control. Still, Taehyung chose to speak up. He willingly put himself in a vulnerable position just to ensure Jungkook's moment was undivided. That courage is part of what makes this gesture so powerful. It was not just about birthdays. It was about valuing Jungkook enough to ignore the noise of potential misunderstanding and focus entirely on the importance of acknowledgement. Taehyung and Jungkook's relationship cannot be confined to the professional world of BTS. They trained together, lived together, and spent formative years side by side. Over time, their bond grew from one of convenience to genuine care. Fans often describe their dynamic as soul brothers, and moments like the birthday event strengthen this perception. When Taehyung asked the crowd to center Jungkook, it was not merely a polite reminder, it was a reflection of years of shared laughter, late-night conversations, struggles, and victories. Their brotherhood has been tested by fame, distance, and personal growth, yet it continues to endure. The birthday gesture was an echo of that resilience, proof that their bond remains strong. For the millions of fans who follow BTS globally, the statement Taehyung made resonated deeply for several reasons. It humanized both idols. Fans were reminded that behind the stage lights are real people who care about one another in simple, genuine ways. It showed humility. Instead of competing for attention, Taehyung chose to step back and give Jungkook the full spotlight. It reflected loyalty. Fans have often seen idols struggle under pressure to stand out individually, but Taehyung's action highlighted his commitment to his brother's happiness above his own recognition. It aligned with fans' emotions. Armies love celebrating Jungkook's birthday with grandeur, and Taehyung amplified their excitement by validating that focus himself. In short, it was a moment of connection, not just between Taehyung and Jungkook, but also between them and the fandom. Though the sentence itself was simple, the emotional layers beneath it run deep. To Jungkook, hearing Taehyung openly acknowledge his day must have felt affirming. Birthdays can be complicated for celebrities. Sometimes they're too busy to celebrate, other times they feel overwhelmed by the magnitude of fan attention. Having a trusted friend stand beside you and validate that this day is truly yours can make the difference between an ordinary acknowledgement and a memory you carry forever. To Taehyung, the act might have been instinctive. Perhaps he didn't calculate the impact, it simply came naturally to him. That natural instinct to care, to step aside for someone else's happiness, is what makes the gesture all the more authentic. This was not the first time Taehyung showed support on Jungkook's birthday. Over the years, he has joined the other members in singing for him, posting celebratory messages and sharing personal photos. What stood out in this particular event, however, was the public nature of it. Unlike social media posts, which fans expect, this was an in-the-moment choice in front of an audience. It required spontaneity, sincerity, and courage. In doing so, Taehyung didn't just celebrate Jungkook, he reminded the world of the enduring brotherhood within BTS. Fans often say that the group's unity is one of their strongest qualities, and this moment served as living proof. In Korean culture, respect and acknowledgement hold significant value. Celebrating someone's birthday is not just about cake or gifts. It is about showing recognition, gratitude, and affection. By asking fans to focus on Jungkook, Taehyung was aligning himself with this cultural practice, extending it into the public eye. This is why the gesture carried even more weight than it might have in a different context. It wasn't just one idol telling fans what to do. It was one friend upholding a cultural value of respect and applying it to his brother in the spotlight. Ultimately, the moment tells us more about Taehyung's character than anything else. Known for his playful personality and sometimes eccentric expressions, Taehyung is often underestimated in terms of depth. Yet this single sentence showed maturity, loyalty, and empathy. He didn't need to write a long post or deliver an elaborate speech. A single line was enough because it came from the heart. In the highly competitive world of global music, where attention is currency, choosing to give away that attention is a rare and powerful act. Taehyung proved that his love for Jungkook is not bound by competition or ego, it is defined by genuine care. Some saw it as a reaffirmation of the family-like bond within BTS. Others viewed it as a reminder that behind the fame, these men still hold on to simple values, celebrating each other's milestones, caring for one another's well-being, and showing respect in front of millions. For fans, who often find comfort in BTS's example of unity, the moment was a reassurance that the relationships within the group remain strong despite the pressures of global fame. The fandom thrives on shared memories, moments that become immortalized in tweets, edits, and anniversary posts. Taehyung's statement is one such memory. Each year, when Jungkook's birthday comes around, fans are likely to revisit the clip, reminding themselves of the simple yet powerful gesture. These collective memories matter because they bind fans together. They serve as proof of authenticity in a world where celebrity culture can often feel distant or manufactured. When Taehyung publicly affirmed Jungkook's day, he gave fans something real to hold on to, a moment that no scriptwriter or marketing plan could create. Another reason why the gesture carried such weight lies in Jungkook's own journey. Debuting at just 15 years old, he grew up under the public eye. His birthdays were often spent on schedules, rehearsals, or performances, leaving little time for the normal teenage experiences others might take for granted. Over the years, fans have tried to fill that gap by organizing large-scale birthday projects. Billboards in Times Square, subway ads in Seoul, light shows across buildings, and even charitable donations in his name. Yet, at the core, what Jungkook has always needed is recognition from those closest to him, the people who walked the same path. Taehyung's words at the event satisfied that need. They were not grand, but they were personal. They didn't come from strangers or fans watching from afar, but from someone who had seen Jungkook's growth since day one. That difference is immeasurable. Fans also interpreted Taehyung's gesture as a form of protection. In the competitive entertainment industry, where attention is fragmented and distractions are constant, stepping in to remind the crowd to focus on Jungkook was an act of shielding. It was as if Taehyung was saying, "Let him have this moment. Don't let anything else take it away." This protective instinct has been seen before. Taehyung has often been captured standing between Jungkook and crowds, guiding him through chaotic situations, or helping him when exhaustion was visible. The birthday moment was simply a verbal extension of this protective behavior, but it carried just as much weight. The fandom's emotional response to the gesture cannot be overlooked. For many armies, moments between the members serve as reminders of why they fell in love with BTS in the first place, not just for the music, but for the authenticity of their relationships. The words Taehyung spoke sparked countless fan discussions, edits, and analyses. Fans highlighted how such small acts can carry immense meaning when filtered through years of shared history. They compared the gesture to other moments of support, weaving a narrative of brotherhood that has become central to BTS's legacy. The emotional ripple extended beyond Jungkook's birthday. It became a moment of reassurance for fans that BTS remains anchored in love and loyalty. The choice of the word focus was particularly striking. In an age of distractions, where attention is fragmented across screens and noise, asking people to focus is almost radical. Taehyung could have said, "Celebrate him" or "Cheer for him," but he chose focus. It implied presence. It implied giving undivided attention to Jungkook, even if just for a short while. This word resonated deeply with fans, who often feel overwhelmed by the constant flow of content and news surrounding BTS. In that moment, Taehyung was not just directing fans to look at Jungkook. He was asking them to truly see him. The legacy of BTS is not built only on record-breaking achievements or global tours. It is also built on moments like these small gestures of love, protection, and recognition. Taehyung's sentence might never appear in the headlines of mainstream news, but within the fandom, it is preserved as an essential piece of the group's story. In the years to come, as BTS continues to grow and evolve individually and collectively, these moments will serve as reminders of their roots. They will remind fans that behind the glitz of superstardom are bonds that were forged long before the world was watching.